Welcome back to this episode of This Ability Podcast. I'm your host, Mary Baudoin, and joining us today we have Elizabeth, Amanda, and Elijah. Welcome to This Ability Podcast, guys. Thank you so much for being here today. Hi. So I'd like you, Elizabeth, to introduce yourself to our listeners and share a little bit about your family.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Duplechain. I am mother of Elijah. I had Elijah at 48 years old. He is my pride and joy and my light. Mm-hmm. Look at that. I get so emotional when I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
I am 60 years old now, and I love my child more than anything in this world. Elijah has come a long way. Was 2 pounds at birth.
Wow. Was he in relation to his due date? Was he very premature, like a few weeks early?
2 months earlier.
2 months early.
But I didn't find out I was pregnant until 5 months. I was 5 months pregnant when I found out. And when they found out I was pregnant, they put me in the hospital the whole time I was pregnant, monitoring him because they didn't know if he was going to survive. Of course he did. 2 months later, they said that it was time because he was developed, but he was still small. And I knew he was going to be a special child from that day on because he was the only one in the NICU unit that didn't have any machines hooked up to him. He was fully developed.
Oh, wow, that's impressive.
That's very impressive. They were very surprised because they don't see it that often. Mm-hmm. And only thing he had was a feeding tube just to get nutrition, right? Yeah. I just knew that he was going to be somebody special.
How old are you now?
Tell her how old you are.
13.
13. That's a good age, right?
Yes, ma'am. Look, she's talking.
You have any love interest?
Oh, does he?
I was not expecting that answer.
Oh, everywhere we go, he finds a girlfriend, all white.
Oh, all right. Elijah, he's a player.
Yes. Also, I am sibling of 6.
Okay.
But my mom had a home with love. She raised foster kids also. We had plenty other sisters and brothers, which we do acknowledge that they will always be our sister and brother. Nice. So
even after they've gone through the program or you fostered them, you still include them as a family?
Everything. Oh, yeah, even now.
That's beautiful.
My mom and dad has passed, which my mom just passed a few months ago, New Year's Day. Of course, everything we have is theirs also, because they are considered my brothers and sisters.
I think that is such a wonderful thing, and I heard a lot of things about the negative impacts of being in a foster home, but this sounds like it was such a positive experience.
It was.
And it's nice and it's refreshing to hear that you guys consider them like family.
Right. We're a very close family, all of us. Even the ones my mom raised, whenever we do something, we acknowledge them and we put them down on anything that we have, that they are our sisters and brothers.
So, Elijah, you have already accomplished something incredible. You have graduated from the Opelousas Junior Police Program. Congratulations on that. Congrats. Yay. Yeah. I saw the story on one of our local television stations here in Lafayette. Saw that story. I said, man, yeah, I definitely want to talk to the family of Elijah. So what was that experience like for you guys, for him and for you guys?
It was very overwhelming to me. I knew he could do it. At the beginning, I was very skeptical because I know he have issues, with his disability, but I don't see his disability as a problem.
I've not heard of the Opelousas Junior Police Program. So what exactly is it?
You know what? I just heard of the Opelousas Police Academy when I signed him up for it. I didn't know about it. I didn't hear about it. Me and him had gone to an autism breakfast, which was done by Ladrika Johnson theory. And it was in order of her daughter, because her daughter has autism, and she gave that breakfast for the kids. And they invited Elijah, and we were sitting down there, and Elijah was making everybody laugh around him. He just brings joy to a lot of people. The chief of police saw him and came up to the table. And he asked me, he said, "Why don't you enroll your son in the junior police?" I said, I had no idea they had that. So we need to make people aware of these different
Right,
programs that's
right.
going on, because they're very good for the kids in the
Right.
community.
What age group is it looking
I
at?
think it's
do you
from
know?
10 to 15,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
And it's during the summer?
It's
Or-
during the summer.
Okay,
It's
so
six.
it's in between school sessions. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
6 weeks. It's a 6-week program. And it does a lot for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It really gives them an opportunity to bond with other kids that they don't know in the area, in the neighborhood. And it shows them how to respect others. When I found out about it, I wasn't sure. So the Lieutenant Tyler, which is a big influence in Elijah's life, came home and spoke with me on the program. And she said, trust me, we will definitely take care of him. And, you know, I did a few times I had to speak with her, and she said, please let him come.
If I'm not mistaken, he's the first person with a disability to graduate from the program,
He's the
correct?
first person ever with a disability.
How does that make you feel?
Oh,
I mean, proud probably doesn't
I'm-
even
I'm-
cover it.
it is. It
Yeah.
is. It's just, it's over my head.
Mhm.
I'm just, but I knew that he was destined to do a lot of things. And I'm not going to deprive him of doing things because of his disability, because I know he can do it. Because I don't see him as a child with a disability.
Right. And he's going to do it his own way. What do they learn in the police program?
They learn how to do sit-ups and like
Almost-
a military boot
It's-
camp.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
It really helps with the development of the child, physically, mentally. They're given orders, they follow orders. They're still kids and play around. That program really speaks to what how much a child can be developed through that program.
And they involve the kids even after the program is
Yeah.
over with different activities that's going on in the area. Just this past week, they had going on at the police department, and they had them dress up and involved with other students, other kids
Yeah.
in the community. Thing to see them all get together and enjoy.
And they were really helpful with
Oh.
Elijah too in that program. The kids were just as influential as all the lieutenants.
Good, yeah.
Yes.
They come on,
love
Elijah,
him.
let's do sit-ups. Come on, Elijah. It's beautiful to see the kids rising to the occasion.
Made me proud because bond with other kids. It was.
How would y'all describe Elijah's personality?
He brings a light in the room when he walks in.
Joy. He's my
literally.
joy. He's always happy. He's not a grumpy person. He doesn't need much. He doesn't, he's not whining, I should say. He doesn't whine. I think I saw him cry once. Oh, this was the moment I knew I was in love with this child.
Okay.
We were in the back seat because we're always in the back seat while his mom driving.
I'm driving and they sitting in the back
okay.
She's the
seat.
chauffeur. And so we're playing and we're doing our thing. But I think he did something and Mama had to fuss and he just started crying because he was upset that he upset his mother. He was so sad and then tears and then she says, okay, Elijah, stop crying. He took a deep breath and then he wiped his tears. Then he looks at me. Hi, Mandy. Oh my God. I mean, the sadness just disappeared instantly. God, I love that person. I love this guy.
We could all learn lessons
could.
from Elijah.
Yes.
We could.
Get
we
over
could.
it.
Quickly.
Awesome little boy.
Yes. Now, he also, in addition to having Down syndrome, he has autism, ADD, and ADHD. Is that correct?
That's
Okay.
correct.
How do you find that mixes together?
Well, I just found out about the last
Yeah.
autism, ADHD in the last year. So I'm still learning about
Okay.
it. But now I understand why his temper and a lot of things that he does is the reason why he does those. It's because he had a lot of other things going on. So I have to find different ways to cope with him. First of all, if you're loud, if your voice is elevated, he's not going to accept that very well. So I have to come down to his level and calm him down in order for him to be okay.
So far, he's 13. When you look back at his life so far, what has been the largest obstacle and how did you guys overcome it?
The largest obstacle at one time was he didn't start walking till he was 5. He'll have balancing issues, coming upstairs or going even down a little tiny slope or even just a little concrete
Yeah.
where you have to just walk down, even that high, it bothers him. So you have to be aware of his surroundings and make sure that he's comfortable. And that's our biggest obstacle.
I met him when he was 5. I moved back, and that's when I met him. And yes, his ability to walk wasn't the best. But from then till now, I really have seen an improvement in his walking, and he's able to run and a whole lot more now. It's gotten a lot better. And he's braver now too. I could tell he's changing into a little man because he wants to try to go up those stairs by himself and down those stairs by himself. But then he knows when he needs assistance, and then he'll reach out for a hand. But he wants to try himself.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I love that change.
Now let's go back to your story, because you became a mom at 48 years old,
Right.
which is a little higher than the average
Right.
age. So what was that like for you?
Scary, but happy. And he came to me at the right time in my life, because at that moment I felt like my world was crashing in on me. You know, my boyfriend left me at the time.
So you were a single mom.
I was a single mom. I went through the whole thing by myself. But I have a very good support system. My family, my brothers and sisters, they step in. But his Aunt Mandy is the world. His Aunt
That's
Mandy
awesome.
is the world.
That is
But
awesome.
my family is there. And anytime I need them for him, they are there for him. It's just that I wish he would have had that role model, that male role model in his life as far as his father.
Right. Does he have a male role model?
Yes, my brothers.
Okay, your brothers.
Yes, my
Okay,
brothers.
yeah.
And we all live around the same area, so
That's good.
they're really close.
And they can talk to him, especially as a teenage boy, about
Right.
things developing and changing and things.
I haven't got to that yet, but it's getting there.
Yeah, right.
Boy things.
Yes, exactly. That's right. You mentioned that faith plays a big role in your life. Talk about how faith is incorporated in your daily life.
He can tell you a lot about it also. He loves the church. If it wasn't for the church, I don't know where I would be right now, because they have opened their heart, their doors, and they welcome me and Elijah into the church, and it's just a big influence on him. They love him. Everybody loves him at the church.
Well, yeah. How can they not?
He walks in and he just gets his arms open,
Yeah.
like that's another family to us. So they really have influenced us a lot.
Is he in the special education program? And if so, how's his interaction with other children?
He's good with other kids. You'd be surprised. He's very good with it, especially kids younger than him. He is so gentle. You wouldn't think he would be, but he is the most gentlest person you could meet. He's a little rough because he don't understand. Now, he's not rough with kids, but he's a little rough when it comes to playing with kids around his age, because he don't understand how strong he can be. So that's a little difficult for some kids, because they get kind of scared to play with him sometimes. But he do have some friends that he met in the police academy that have been coming home and hanging out with him. Oh, and it's beautiful. And he loves it. Come and spend time with him. And they just love Elijah.
Yeah, going back to the cadet program, the junior police program, the staff, the other officers, what was their response to him?
Yes, of course, the chief was a major part of it. Chief LeBlanc and Lieutenant Tyler. Who is your favorite teacher at police academy? Yolanda is a police officer there. She is so good with him. But his favorite is Peterson. Peterson was talking about him at the police academy.
Okay.
And he was reading, and he got so overwhelmed talking about him, he had to take a break because he got emotional. He said every time Elijah walks in the door, he hollers, Peterson, Peterson. They just love him. They really helped him out a lot. They're so good with him. They were really good with him.
What kind of dreams does Elijah have for the future? What does he see himself doing?
What do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Police.
Be a police officer?
I'm gonna arrest you.
Okay, he's gonna arrest you.
And
That's
what else
awesome.
you want to be? What you told Mama you want to be? The what? The president?
The United States.
The
Okay,
president
wow.
of the
Hey,
United
it's good
States.
to have goals.
That's right.
And he is so smart in school. Oh, he's an honor roll student.
Okay.
He teaches the other kids. He teaches the other kids in the class. He's more advanced than most of the students in the class.
What's his favorite subject or best subject?
What's your favorite subject? You like math? math, he likes science, he likes
Science.
he likes biology because he likes girls.
Sure. That's a
And
typical
science.
13-year-old response.
Tell her about the solar system.
Oh, you like the solar system?
my
You like to talk about the planet?
Tell her
All
the
the
planet.
planets.
Oh, you can tell me all of them?
Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune,
And with
Pluto.
Pluto.
Yeah, I love Pluto. Even though sometimes it's a planet and sometimes it's not. I don't
That's
care.
right. That's what
I
they
don't
say.
care.
When I grew up,
It was
it
a
was a
planet.
planet.
That's right.
Very good, Elijah. A plus.
And what do the Earth do? It what?
It's so rotates.
It
rotates.
The sun.
around the sun.
I wanted to ask you, what would you say to other people who are raising a child with Down syndrome and that has autism and other medical diagnoses?
Never give up. Never give up. Keep striving for what is best for your child. Always show the love. It's very challenging. Always give them as much love as you possibly can.
Right.
And you will definitely get it back in return.
Is there a piece of scripture or advice or a quote that you always kind of come back to that might be uplifting for you?
What mommy tells you to do every day, don't.
Don't give up, don't quit.
Don't give up, don't quit.
And what's the other quote you do? I what?
Mindy.
Say it loud.
I love Mindy.
And you see, that's how everybody knows her.
Yeah.
Because in the
He just
police,
walks around saying, I love Mandy.
That's what he does.
Well, that's amazing.
That's what he thought.
love
And
Mandy.
they thought Aunt Mandy was somebody he heard off of television.
Oh,
Until I told him, okay, I'm gonna bring Aunt Mandy to visit the police academy
Yeah.
because he kept saying Aunt Mandy. They said that's a real person. Yes, she's a real person. She got famous because of him.
I bet she did. They want to find out why he loves Aunt Mandy. Like, is she a good cook? Bringing cookies.
She teaches him how to belly dance.
Okay, let's talk about that.
She's a belly dance instructor.
Oh, amazing. That's fun.
It's a lot of fun and very good.
Would be something kids with disabilities could do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. The music, they're attracted to the music and and all the movements. Yeah.
Right, and it's a little more tranquil than trying to teach
is.
like Zumba
Yes.
or
Right,
something high
right.
energy.
It's easier on your joints.
When you look back at Elijah's life, and I know he's still very young, he's only 13, what's a favorite memory, favorite moment that has stood out to you as being his mom?
There are so many. But one of my favorite moments is him and my mom.
Is your mom still with us?
She just passed in
just
New Year's Day.
She would talk to him.
Oh my, he was her light. She loved him with everything in her. She wanted to make sure he was okay. And I think that's why she didn't want to leave us too. You should have saw the look on his face when she was in her bed, when he would be up to her, holding her hand. And it's like, that was the saddest moment I could have ever saw, but it made her feel. It was uplifting, but it was sad in my heart because I knew my mom wasn't going to be here for very long.
Yeah.
Did Elijah know?
I think he had an idea. He had an
super
idea.
sensitive to
And he
people.
understands.
He understood because every time she would wake up, she would call him to see him. So he would come up to her bed and grab her hand and just stare at her, and they would just stare at each other.
He's super sensitive to when it comes to people with. If you have something going on with you,
Oh,
whether
yeah.
it's, if you're physically sick
Right.
or going through something, like
He
if
feels
I
it.
am sad. And Liz calls me, you can't call anybody, but when Liz calls me and I tell her, okay, this is where I'm at right now, then she'll put Elijah on the phone and she'll tell him, and Mandy doesn't feel well. And then he says a prayer for me over the phone. He'll talk to me and say things that he knows I'm going to laugh about. But when it comes to children or just anybody that is, I don't know, that is vulnerable in some way, he is sensitive to that. So he adapts to them.
He
It's
does.
very powerful for me to just observe that.
He does.
Some children are not that intuitive.
Right.
I know.
He
He
is.
is.
Always have.
You know,
He
because
is.
like I've seen children react to my daughter Lexi, right? She's nonverbal, and she does sit in a wheelchair. And so when we go out in public, I'll see children's expressions, and they kind of vary. Some just look, and then some come up immediately, and they'll
Yeah.
even gently put like their hand on her knee or like their hand on like her
He
hand.
would definitely be drawn to her.
Oh, he would.
And he would go straight to her and kiss her on her
Oh, I
forehead.
love that. Yeah.
Every single. I've never had a negative reaction toward him.
That's
ever.
amazing.
Ever.
But he will approach people first. That's what happens. So he break any kind of wall they may have.
Well, I noticed that when I met him
Yes.
in the hallway right there.
Mhm.
Yeah. He was not shy.
Not shy at all.
He's not.
Right.
So-
Wherever we go, if he sees someone standing there, he will run up to him and give him a hug.
Say, how you
Nice.
doing? Oh, we were in the pizza place one time. These two old ladies, they were just stone faced. They weren't even talking to each other.
Oh, wow.
But, and then this was years ago, so Elijah was even friendlier.
We're
than he
probably
is
about
today.
7 or 8 years old.
Yeah. So he went up to the table. And I'm like, let him go, let him go, let him
Yeah,
go.
they
Break
need
the
some
ice.
tension relief.
They do.
Right?
They really did. But it's amazing to see him just break down people's walls. See, they have at first, but
He usually leave our
goes
table
away.
and go and sit with other
yeah.
people. And
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Personality, how you doing? How you been? He says.
Some people can be a little more introverted, some can be a little more
Exactly.
extroverted, and
Yeah.
then there's a whole range
Yeah.
of, for the most part, that he does go up to strangers. You know, you hate for him to go up to the wrong stranger.
right.
you know.
He's never had
Right.
a bad moment
Yeah,
with,
thank
you.
with him.
Now, I
as
want to
far
ask
as
you this
that.
because I've noticed he doesn't sit still too much, and that's
No.
okay. It doesn't bother me, but I'm wondering, at home, does he walk around a lot? And if so, does it scare you a little if he goes outside?
He doesn't go
It
outside.
doesn't go outside. Do you have locks on the door? Or does
I
he
don't keep it
know?
locked.
Okay.
He knows he's not supposed to go outside, so he doesn't.
And he doesn't.
He
He
doesn't.
listens to you.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Yes,
And he
does.
plays well.
He
by
plays
himself.
Good. Okay.
well by himself.
Okay, good.
He loves music,
Loves
singing, and dancing.
Because I've heard about children that have autism. Yeah, they will elope, but they will leave the house, and unfortunately, sometimes they gravitate towards water. You know, and
wow.
sometimes that can be a tragic thing.
He
So-
loved the water also.
Loves the
Yeah.
water also. Now, does he know how to swim?
No,
No. Okay. Do you think he would try to learn to swim at some point?
probably.
Yeah.
I think he would.
Yeah.
Now. Mhm.
Yeah.
Do they have any programs out there for kids like
Yes.
him?
Yes, they do. We'll talk after
Okay,
the
we'll
show.
talk.
I've been asking for that for years.
Yes.
Just, you don't know where to look sometimes, you know?
Right.
Exactly. I just discovered it myself
So-
for my daughter, so I'm
that's
happy
what-
about that.
That's what this is
Awesome.
I
good.
wanted to ask both of you, do you have any thoughts or any advice that you'd like to leave with the audience today?
I encourage people to open their minds and open their heart. And don't be so selfish with your time
Mm-hmm.
because programs need volunteers and the children need to hear the crowd cheering for them as well. We don't live in a bubble. We're all in this
Be an Aunt Mandy.
be an
Right.
man. Yes.
Do feel is right for themselves.
Yeah, and I
Let-
think you nailed it because you said volunteer your time. A
Yes.
lot of times when I approach people about volunteering or donating to a cause, like, I don't have any money, times are tight. I understand that. I really get that. If you can't donate money to help a charity, sometimes it's more important to volunteer your time.
Yes.
Right.
Sometimes they just need help in the office, or
Right,
sometimes they
right.
just need help organizing an event, or
Right.
just work at the registration table, or do mail outs, whatever.
Right.
That's what they really
Yes, so that is something 100%.
Yeah.
What about you, Mom?
Open up your hearts and your soul to kids like that because they are very genuine.
Yeah. Yes.
They are very genuine and they are real with the love that they have in their heart.
No ulterior
No,
motives,
no.
right?
Right.
They're sweet, they're innocent children of God, right?
Amen.
Definitely.
The
And he
angels.
loved God. And he loved God. He just got his confirmation and first communion.
Okay.
And it was beautiful.
So you guys are Catholic?
Yes.
Okay.
Huh?
Oh, choir.
Oh.
Is he in choir?
Well,
He tries to be.
He's an honorary choir member. When we're
What
in,
does that mean?
when we're in church, no matter what group is singing, he will leave from where I'm sitting and go sing with the choir, and they allow him to.
Nice. So they don't push him away, like,
No.
no, get away.
No, I have videos.
They love it.
You need to share that with us.
I have videos.
And he's clapping and he's singing. As soon as he listens
he's-
to the words, you can see the wheels turning. He's listening. And as soon as he gets the words, oh yeah, he's in it.
Happy about Jesus.
And
Amen.
Father says, let him love the Lord
Let
in
him
his
do it.
way.
Because he might have a better connection than the rest
Than
of
the
us.
rest of
right.
us, you're right.
That's right.
Because he's at home always quoting what Father says
Yeah.
in church. It's good to have. He is a beautiful child at heart.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to close out the show. So, everyone, thank you all for listening, and thank you all for being here today for this Ability Podcast. Thank you, Elizabeth, Aunt Mandy, and Elijah. Thank y'all for being here, and we'll see y'all next time on this Ability Podcast.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, he kissed the microphone. Thank
And then he
you.
throws it away.
And then he throws it away. Help us grow our audience by subscribing to our podcast on iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast networks. Additionally, if you enjoy listening to our podcast, help us to be discovered by leaving a rating or review of our episodes. This will connect us with other potential listeners and help us to expand our audience. From all of us at This Ability Podcast, we thank you for your ongoing support of our mission to unveil stories that inspire and enlighten others in the special needs community.